I don't know what to say. William, thank you for giving us, sharing your thoughts with us, and probably that communicates with a lot of us. My name is Umi Hagatani, Hagatani Umi, and Umi means the ocean. So, and I was named after the amniotic fluid. I came, my parents smelled me when I came out, and they said, smells like the ocean. So it's not very romantic. But first of all, I think what you just said, communicate with a lot of things in my head, so I don't know if I can follow through. But first of all, thank you so much for Mothers for Peace and the community. And thank you so much, Tan. This is Monday. Monday morning, you must be tired. And you can't wait for another, Saturday or Friday. And thank you so much for being here. It's just nothing. It's March 11th, but you remember about us and being here. And thank you for the Garrily. I really appreciate that you gave us this time, and it's beautiful. And thank you so much for Cal Poly, or people who are teachers who have been, growing the future in this community. I really appreciate that. So where I'm from is Ibaraki. Ibaraki, I grew up partially in Ibaraki. So many people in the Ibaraki community may say you grew up in Tokyo, but I grew up in different places. But this is where my mother is from. And unfortunately, Ibaraki was another epicenter. So there's Fukushima and there's Miyagi and Ibaraki. So it's like a Mississippi right now, but it's closer to Tokyo. So people tend to forget about Ibaraki. So I want to repeat the name. Google Ibaraki if you can. And I think you can make a lot of connection between what's going on over there and what's going on here. Especially, remember Chevron, or remember Katrina, all these things, BP oil. What happens to after those disasters? They're same, commonalities. And my question is, have you ever been to Fukushima? Any of you? Do you speak Japanese? Does any of you speak Japanese? A little bit? So I can take you to Japan, and Japan is not really far away. It's just across the Pacific. You can swim. And it's gonna, if you Google, if you were a pedestrian, if you say walk to Japan, it takes about 110 days and 32 hours or something like that. And so you can actually do that. Size-wise, it's about California, the state of California, from the top to the bottom. We have about over 3,000 islands, or 7,000, I forgot. I don't even know, because archipelago, so it's just not as unified as it seems like. Just like the United States. Do you feel like you're really attached to Idaho right now? No. No, that's very sad, but it's to evoke your imagination. And we people in Japan, or the Japan as the set of islands, has so much in common. Agriculture is really big. We have very beautiful natures and 4 seasons. And we have McDonald's, and we have KFC. I used to work in one, and we have so much other things. Before March 11th, maybe we have been Hello Kitty Land, and beautiful girls like myself, and other things. But we have racism, we have classism, and we have tons of social problems. Maybe you know about this. Here, maybe it could be guns, and community violence, state violence comes out in different ways. 30,000 people each year commit suicide. That means 1 in 20 minutes, which means 1 suicide requires 5 attempts. Imagine 5 people trying to kill. That's lack of social services. Although we have better healthcare, but it's guaranteed to Japanese. There are non-Japanese people, there are migrations, and which our government doesn't ignore. So when we look at the state policies, the nation state policies, it's the same. And when I think about San Luis Obispo and Fukushima, although I've been there only for tourism, then, I feel a little bit commonalities. You have beautiful fishery, and you have vineyards. And Fukushima, Ibaraki, and northeast areas, their agriculture is controlled by the government. They can't really grow the kind of varieties that they are actually able to grow. It's really controlled. You see vineyard is like a graveyard. And it's like that in Japan. The Central Agricultural Association controls everything, the price. So the people who are affected by the disasters are having a really hard time to monitor and to produce. When they're producing, consumers only think about, eating, which is important. But every single second, Tokyo government, the central government try to distance. And that's how I see the commonalities between San Luis Obispo. If you have anything, Diablo Canyon, I'm sure the people from the Bay Area won't care about you. And Los Angeles, I think they're gonna act as if you are from Colorado or Utah. Maybe we've done the same to the people from Utah, right? I think it's a political distance that people are making, and that's how I feel. And now I live in the Bay Area, where there are all institutions and corporations that are accountable for the nuclear catastrophe. So I think I am with you, and I am so glad that you're here, and I really mean it.